what is the relationship between the Emergent Church or Emerging Church and progressive Christianity? Do they have any relationship, and how do they possibly speak to each other? And I think that's a wonderful question, complicated, but let me try and make it as simple and short as I can. The Emergent Church is in large part something that is happening coming out of the evangelical community. Mostly young people, not always, but mostly young people. It has scholars like Brian McLaren and others that are giving support to the movement. But generally speaking, they still hold on to many of their traditional theological positions and even Christological positions as they move toward a newer way of thinking about their faith. One way to look at this is that the emerging church or emerging Christians are changing the way they see their idea about what Christianity is for them. And so for us, that is, we progressive Christians, and certainly those of us at progressivechristianity.org, for us, we would say this is a form of progressive Christianity. This is a form of progressive Christianity because these people are evolving. And we're excited about that. We're not asking them to end up where we are necessarily. We're not asking them to go any place, but it's exciting to watch them be excited about renewing their understanding of Christianity. There are some issues that we will need to continue to communicate with each other about, and there are issues that they may have to come to terms with at some point. The emerging church likes to see themselves as big tent. Anybody is welcome. And in many ways, that's true up to a point. I attended a conference not too long ago and spoke with several of the emerging church leaders that were there. All wonderful young people, excited about their faith, excited about their spiritual journey. And so I told them where I came from as a progressive Christian, where I came from based on my understanding of Jesus, my understanding of God. And when I completed that explanation, I said, so am I in your tent? And out of the 5 people that I talked to, 4 of them said, well, I would be uncomfortable with that. Now, I'm not sure that's just a stage that we're going through. I'm not sure whether there's anything that can happen that will change that. But I do see that there will be some issues within their own ranks about those that move once they've started moving further, and those that want to stay at where they are now and say, well, this is the new emerging church and this is where I am going to stand. It will be fun and interesting to watch, and it's going to go on longer than I will be around, so it'll be more interesting for some of you to observe that. I do think at some point there are going to have to make a very, very challenging decision about who and what Jesus is in their movement. Now let me be very clear about something. This is an exciting movement, and I like to be around these people. I love their enthusiasm. I also believe that they're doing some exciting things speaking ecclesiastically. That is, how do they do church? And they're teaching us things that we should be listening to. They're offering up ideas that I think all of our churches should be looking at. And I'm not sure where all that is going to end either, because there are structural changes, they are liturgical changes, they are the way they do their worship and gatherings. They are offering us things to continue to look at. So I'm excited about the relationship that we have now. We continue to study what they're doing, we continue to look at what they're doing, and we continue to endorse the movement that they make. And I look forward to continuing to work with them throughout the next several years.